Hey guys, today we're going to talk about some transfers that I 100% guarantee are going to flop this season. We're going to start with Trent Alexander Arnold from Real Madrid. I don't believe Trent Alexander Arnold's game is really good for Real Madrid as his defensive skills are not up to the standards. I think evidence of this could be seen in the game that Real Madrid had with PSG in the Club World Cup. We could see that Xabi Alonso did not trust him with defensive responsibilities against a team as well worked as PSG, and that says a lot. This is because in Liverpool we can see that there is this defensive structure for set up for him because there is this notion that he is really good going forward and not very good defensively, and they protect him by setting up a particular defensive structure around him. We can see, for example, players like Konate and in the past also Henderson that go extra to the right side to cover for his defensive inabilities. And I don't think Real Madrid are going to make this exception for him. So I think it's going to be a very difficult season for him, especially if his manager already has shown to not trust him in a very big game, even though he was the only right back, recognized right back available for that game. He still went with Federico Valverde. Um, the problem is that Trent Alexander Arnold has really good attacking attributes, like he's got a good right foot to make crosses into the box. But the problem is the Real Madrid forwards that play as starter are Vinicius Junior and Mbappe, and both of those players are not so good at attacking crosses. So he's attacking his best attacking asset, which are making crosses with his right foot, is not going to be really effective. Only in the case with long passes in behind, when the opponents they face are playing with a high line, he can make a great contribution with his range of passing. But I think Real Madrid are a really one-dimensional team, so the rivals are going to expect them to attack in this manner. So they're going to set up defensively to limit their best assets, which are space in behind and attack with Vinicius and Mbappe in, with pace in behind. So saying this, I don't think Trent really fits what Real Madrid are trying to do, especially if they want to establish a back four system, which they really need their right back to be solid in defense and not really having to worry too much with covering that particular position. So player number one that is going to flop is Trent Alexander Arnold. Okay, now next we go to a new signing for Arsenal. It's Martin Zubimendi. He comes from Real Sociedad and joins Arsenal this season. Yes, for Martin, I think he's a good midfielder, a good player. He's got good passing. He can control the midfield with his intelligence, and he can position himself quite well. But I think we can compare him a lot with a player that already played in this position for Arsenal before under the management of Mikel Arteta, which is Jorginho. Jorginho, I think him and Jorginho are quite similar players with their best attributes being able to control the game from midfield, control the tempo, um, dictating the play the pace of the pace of the game, good passing, good short passing, good long passes. But I don't think that's what Arsenal really needs in that position. I think Partey was doing a phenomenal job for them, covering the defense, covering the spaces that were left behind whenever either Odegaard or Declan Rice go forward to contribute to the attack. And I think with Martin Zubimendi, it's going to take more from the defense to cover, and it's going to be more spaces because he does not have the dynamism and the speed to cover those spaces that are going to be left whenever Odegaard and Declan Rice go forward. And I think Arsenal are going to suffer this particular miss from Partey. So I don't think he's going to do pretty well in that midfield. So player number two, I believe that is going to flop is Martin Zubimendi from Arsenal. We go to another Arsenal player, which I believe is going to flop, is Noni Madueke. He comes from Chelsea, and Arsenal paid 50 million pounds for this transfer, and I just don't understand this transfer in particular, seeing as Madueke is a right winger. His his best attribute is just coming from the right side of the pitch and cutting inside on his left foot, and either take shots at the target or maybe combine with his teammates to find spaces. But they already have a player who can do this in Bukayo Saka, and they also have the young player coming from the academy, Ethan Nwaneri, who also is this quite similar assets. So I don't really understand uh, the necessity of bringing Noni Madueke to the squad. I think it's good for squad depth, and in his last games in the season for Chelsea, he played a lot of games from the left side, but I don't think he's better in that position than Gabriel Martinelli, who they already have there. And yeah, I don't understand why you would buy a player with right winger to play on the left side of the pitch, the left wing position, and especially when you're going to pay 50 million pound, which is an amount of money you could have invested in a left winger whose specific trait is to play from the left side. So I do not really understand the transfer, and he did not do great for Chelsea. So I don't see how he's gonna just become better for Arsenal, especially if the plan is to play him from the left. So yes, Noni Madueke is another transfer I don't understand, and I think it's gonna be flop number three. Last, we're going to go with Liam Delap for Chelsea. Like, yes, Chelsea did not take such a big risk with the transfer fee for this player. I think they paid around 30 million euros for the transfer. That was his release clause from Ipswich, Ipswich Town, who relegated to the second division. But yeah, I do not see much sense in this transfer because I do not think he is better than Nicholas Jackson or either even Mark Guyu, the player that went on loan to Sunderland recently. He's young and can still improve, but I do not think he's got the talent and the quality to be able to lead the line for Chelsea. And we could even see in the Club World Cup that he scored one goal. I mean, it's a start, I get it, but the goal he scored is against the worst opposition Chelsea played against in the Club World Cup. And you could see when João Pedro joined the team, the difference in quality is just immense. And the age difference is not much, and I just do not think he's good enough for the team to lead the line. So, and I think he's gonna suffer a lot with the pressure, the expectations that it takes for a number nine to play for Chelsea. So, taking all of this into account, I just do not think he's good enough, and I'm pretty sure he's going to flop for Chelsea. We might not see him play a lot of games if João Pedro managed to keep himself fit and if Nicholas Jackson does not leave the club, because I believe Nicholas Jackson is better than him. He has a decent finishing. He's maybe better than Jackson at finishing, but his general play, holding the ball and receiving the ball, and in under pressure, is not really up to the standards for a club like Chelsea. So flop number four is going to be Liam Delap, and yes, yes, guys, I know you guys are going to disagree with a lot of the statements I made regarding these four players. I know I'm going to get criticism in the comment section, but I'm pretty sure when you guys 6 months into the season and I'm proved right, that these are flops, you guys are not gonna come back to my video and give me my flowers for my prediction, which I think is gonna be pretty accurate. I'm 99% sure these players are going to flop. So yeah, I see you guys in the next video.